Welcome to Grumpy Vegan Grandad, Dan here. This video today is a little bit different. Bit of a trigger warning. If you get upset by meat in the supermarket, the meat aisle or butcher shop windows, don't watch this. Because it's pretty much, well, you'll see anyway. You'll see, people. It shows some certain practices with meat which isn't really cool. There's no animal slaughter, so don't worry about that. So this is a video by Auditing Britain, and I watch a lot of auditors on YouTube, and the reason I watch them is because they they test the rights to photography, and they quote laws when the police confront them, and I think it's a really useful tool for anybody who's doing any activism or any investigative work, to know the law and to know how far you can take things. These guys go out and they will go and film police stations, take a drone over police stations, go to sensitive sites. They will go to government buildings, and they will stand up to people telling them they can't record, when recording in public is perfectly legal, lawful activity and shouldn't be stopped. How else, are you going to get footage of how life is, contemporary life, We see all these videos of like old London and Manchester in the 1800s, and it's amazing to watch, But that footage is there because people took the time out to go and film on the streets. So apart from testing the law, it's a really good record of contemporary life for future generations. But that being said, this is a vegan channel. So what has that got to do with it? So AB, Auditing Britain, as it's known, walks around places, but if he sees anything going on, he goes in with his camera. So I want you to watch this, and we're going to comment on this as the video goes on. So without further ado, let's do this. So the first thing we see is like rubbish just dumped on the streets, which isn't a good start. And I'm not saying that the area is bad. Some areas are really poor, and this is the conditions that they're allowed to get into with lack of council money. So yeah, it's not a reflection of the area, Hounslow. It's a reflection on the council. As you can see, look, it's just, these councils should be cleaning up. All right, it's the residents that are throwing the shit everywhere, but the council should be cleaning this up. But what happens a little bit further up is the bit that sort of links all this together. So it's a pretty scruffy area, lots of rubbish and fly tipping going on. So you can see here, there's rubbish dumped there. So even the people who are working here aren't cleaning up after themselves. But let's carry on.
Hello. Is Muhammad here?
Muhammad?
Yeah.
Where's Muhammad?
Huh?
Where's Muhammad? Who's full name?
Looking for a job.
You looking for a job?
Yeah.
You butcher?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know how to cut down?
Huh?
Cut laham?
So now do you see what I mean? This is raw chicken. Okay, this is raw chicken. It's supposed to be refrigerated at under 3 degrees. And these guys have got a hoodie on and they're not wrapped up. It's not close to freezing at all out there. But even still, there's bins they're actually putting stuff on the bins. This is like, what the hell? And this chicken here, well, wait till you see. Halal meat, right? And this isn't a reflection on the halal meat trade, right? But it's halal meat. So this is warning signs to anybody who has to eat halal meat. You know, just be careful, because if they're cutting corners like this, it's just, look at the state. There's bins open. These guys are processing raw chicken in the open.
Do you're cutting here?
No, this one, we're cutting
Side.
only
Back
this
side up. You go, come inside and go.
Okay.
Boss, no here.
Huh?
No problem, come here. You talk to another guy.
नहीं, नहीं, वो हरामी है.
Right, so let's have a look at the laws, right? Let's have a look at the legislation on how long meat can be kept at a higher temperature than refrigerated, which is about 3 degrees, I think. So, how long can raw chicken sit out? Usually, perishable food items such as raw chicken shouldn't be left out of the fridge for more than 2 hours, or 1 hour if the room temperature is warmer. This is because raw food items such as chicken, beef, etc., so this covers all that's in that yard, are quick to get contaminated by bacteria, making them unfit for consumption. Harmful bacteria often contaminate raw chicken that sits at room temperature for more than 2 hours. Raw chicken is only preserved when it's refrigerated at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below, so that's about 4 degrees, as I said. As such, you shouldn't consume raw chicken that has stayed at room temperature for more than 2 hours for health purposes. Here are some more things to consider when making your raw chicken sit out. It is important to know that your room temperature shouldn't be more than 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Warmer temperatures make perishable food items more prone to food poisoning. This is because dangerous bacteria multiply rapidly in room temperatures of 40 degrees to 140, so that is like 4 degrees. Therefore, the room temperature of the environment affects the safety of your raw foods. Right, another factor that determines the safety of your raw chicken is exposure. Within the 2 hour safe period for putting it at room temperature, ensure you cover your raw chicken with a lid or plastic wrap to prevent it from getting contaminated by the air in the environment. In addition, you shouldn't leave your raw chicken in a dirty environment, as it accelerates the growth of bacteria. Ensure you properly clean your kitchen before placing the chicken anywhere in it. Fuck's sake. So 2 hours. 2 hours max. These guys look like they've been here quite a while. It doesn't look like this meat is going to move too soon. But apart from that, this chicken is piled on top of each other. Have they sterilised this tray? Where's this shopping trolley come from? You know? What's stopping microbes and stuff blowing out of these bins, these open bins?
Yeah? Okay.
Or you can go ask the lady. There you go. Yeah, you go inside, give me your number. When boss come, I see this guy looking for job.
Yeah.
We have job, we need people.
Okay. Is it halal meat?
Look at the dirt on the van here. You know, I mean, is it me? Or is this just a fucking big accident waiting to happen?
Yeah.
What's he yelling? Who's got it?
Sorry?
Look at that. So you've got garbage in this garden, fly tipping here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 bins, and it looks like inside there is the leftovers from other stuff that they've been processing. It's just shocking. So as you take a look round, it's just look at the state of this.
What in the... Seriously, man.
So even this guy is shocked, and AB
yeah,
is
guys,
a meat
sorry,
eater.
I'm in Hounslow, and I'm just about to jump in the underground and just shoot to London. Yes, this is stunk as well. This rubbish. I'm gonna.
So let's name and shame this place first. He goes round to the front and has a look in the front of the shop, and yeah, I'll let you take a look at that.
Looks so nice here. It doesn't smell too good.
I mean, would these people, if they saw what was going on out the back, be stood in this shop now and buying this? And they must be selling it cheap. But to sell things cheap, you need to cut corners. What's that? Lamb liver, $2.99. 75p each. Lamb feet. Let's see if we can see any more prices. Lamb head, $3.99. Snouts, $4.99. Marinated turkey drumstick. Chicken feet, $3.99 per kilo. Oh my god. Goat, $7.99. How much are the chickens? Baby chicken, $3.79. And that's what they're processing outside. Whew. So, is this a one-off? Is this a one-off? Or is this typical? Is this the risk, the corners these sort of places cut? Is this particular to the halal meat industry, or is this just the fact that the margins are so low that all places are going to start cutting corners like this? Is this just one bad apple in the barrel? But either way, it's just a sign of the times with meat and eggs and dairy. It's an industry that is it's an industry that is, if it's not policed, excuse me, if it's not policed and it's not carefully regulated, which it supposedly is, it can kill people. It can kill people. Now, if I had shown you a video of him going round the back of a shop of a greengrocer's and you had bananas and apples in a barrel outside, You wouldn't have looked twice. You would have quite happily have walked round the back of that shop and bought the apples from the yard themselves. But mate, animal flesh. 2 hours. 2 hours at room temperature. 2 hours out of the fridge. Don't know the temperature of the day. It could have been cold. In fact, let's have a look at the date of the video and then have a look at the temperatures. So he uploaded the video 2 days ago, but he could have recorded it. He could have recorded it a week ago, so there's no. But so let's do a little bit of investigative work here. I've just had a look at when can you see your breath outside? What temperature is it? And it's usually 45 degrees or 7 degrees or less to see your breath. So if it's less than 7 degrees, so we can't see the breath. So it's not below 7 degrees. And as we know, it's got to be 4 degrees or less for me. Let's have a look how this guy is dressed outside here. So people aren't dressed wrapped up, are they? He's got a top on, that's it. You know, he's got a hoodie on. He's also got a big coat on. So he's only got a thin jacket on and a t-shirt. So yeah, it's not cold. It's not cold. So it's definitely above 7 degrees. Not good, is it? It's just not good. Yeah, when you're dealing with meat, when you're dealing with dairy, you're dealing with stuff like that, with fish. When an animal dies, it starts rotting, it starts dying, it becomes a dead body. It becomes dead flesh. It starts decomposing. That's what flesh does. Doesn't matter whether it's for food. Dead flesh starts decomposing. We can slow the decomposition down by keeping it refrigerated at less than 3 degrees, below 4. If it's left out for more than 2 hours in any temperature above 4 degrees, it should be thrown away. It's not fit for human consumption. Microbes start multiplying inside the flesh above that temperature. And these guys were processing it. Were chopping dead flesh up amongst open bins, fly tipping, that hadn't been cleared up, next to a derelict garden with God knows what had been thrown in it. How many rats were living in there? 8 bins at the side, wheelie bins. It's just a disgusting trolley where they piled up, and those trolleys are about that far off the floor. You know, so those bottom chickens, what were they being exposed to? How long were those guys going to be there for? It's just, nah. This is why, even if you're not vegan, you should be a little bit wary of where your food is coming from. Because the margins are so tight that people just don't care. They will cut corners. They will cut corners. And it doesn't matter with fruits and vegetables. You see, the amazing thing with fruits, vegetables, grains, etc., it tells you when you can't eat it. It says, look, I'm brown, I'm black. It tells you. And even if it does rot a bit, it makes alcohol. If fruit rots a bit, makes alcohol. Great stuff. You know? Nothing is really going to poison you in the plant world if it goes a little bit brown. In fact, bananas are even more tasty when they go black. You know? So yeah, I'm glad I'm out of this system. I'm glad I'm out of this food system that is just abusive from the start to the end, and even as far as the dead bodies are concerned, is abusive. Being chopped up in a dirty, scruffy, disgusting yard and thrown into a trolley. It's just, I'm glad I'm out of it. And if you're watching this and you're not vegan, you should seriously think about it. Because yes, this might be an isolated incident. Yes, this place might get shut down or get reported soon. I hope it does. I'm going to report it myself. But it's not the last, and it won't be the last. And they will pay the fine or whatever happens to them, and then they will soon get back to these practices because it's the only way they can make money. Don't buy into this abusive industry. You don't need animal products to live. You can thrive on a plant-based diet. Just do a little bit of research and gradually move into it, bit by bit. You don't have to do it overnight, bit by bit. And there's plenty of groups on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram that will gladly help you. Challenge 22. It's in the comments below. Challenge 22. Hit that. You can get somebody to help you. This industry is just foul. No pun intended. Save the animals, save the planet, save yourself. Stop buying this shit and go vegan.